So the water has been coming in from up in here. Today's the day that I have to take the Airstream down to Woodland Airstream, and it is 11 degrees outside. I stopped at a Love's, and then once I dropped, of course I did. I love a Love's. So one thing I thought that might be interesting is the gas mileage that I'm getting, kind of on the way down while I was towing, and then seeing what it was on the way up. I wanted to tell you the price because this isn't necessarily the cheapest thing in the world. Well, even after all the times that I've tried to put Sikaflex up on the roof, we're still getting water inside, both at the front and the back. So I'm going to show you that issue at the moment. So the water has been coming in from up in here, and then it's so wet that we've had to put this towel here, and water is getting down in here, which is probably not great because there is some electrical things back there. So I'm actually going to take this off for the time being. I'm going to try and dry some things out, and hopefully it doesn't rain in the next couple days before I get down to the dealer.
Service, this is Kevin. Can I help you?
Hi, I'm looking to make an appointment to get the roof of our Airstream looked at.
So, make an appointment, drop it off. We'll get into the shop. And so, what are we doing to the roof?
So it's a Basecamp 16, and I'm pretty sure it's the Halo. I've had water inside, and I've done my best with Sikaflex, and it just continues to. I think I just need professionals to take a look at it at this point.
And then we'll get it into the shop and water test it, find out where it's leaking, and see what's going on, and get it taken care of. All right, sir.
All right, thank you very much.
We'll be in touch as soon as we find out what's going on.
Awesome. Well, today's the day that I have to take the Airstream down to Woodland Airstream in Indianapolis, just outside of Indianapolis, and it is 11 degrees outside. So I have to do a couple things to get ready and kind of get the Airstream ready to be on the road because it is winterized, and we also want to clear out some of the stuff so that if they need to work inside, there's nothing in the way. They can't have to kind of climb over our stuff. So I'm going to go clear some things out, get the Airstream ready, and hit the road. So this is my first time towing alone. Not really sure what that's going to be like. You know, there's benefits to having a partner, a co-pilot, and now it's just me. Like my first pit stop at a Love's. Didn't start the day with a full tank of gas, so that was one little mistake. I was going to do that, but so yeah, stopping at Love's to get gas, maybe go grab a snack, and continue on. Hi there.
How's it going?
Good. Google Maps says I've got an hour and 7 minutes left. Car wasn't fully gassed up, so I stopped at a Love's. And then once I dropped... Of course I did, because why wouldn't I stop at Love's? My favorite.
Your favorite?
I love a Love's.
I love you, loves.
I'm telling my love that I love a loves.
I love you. Oh yeah. Catch you later.
Catch you later. I'll let you know once I've dropped off. All right, I made it. So have to make sure I'm parked there. So I'm just gonna unhitch and leave it here, and they're gonna take a look at it on Tuesday. Give me a call, make sure everything is good and kind of what the assessment is. So, and we'll go from there. Easy enough. They have a little key drop, so if you need to drop it off on the weekend, it's there. Can't pick it up on a weekend because obviously you got to pay and do a check over and things, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. But there's a Starbucks nearby before I head back. Starbucks, Wendy's, and gas station, and then I can head home.
Hi, welcome to Starbucks. What can I get for you?
Hi, can I get a grande mocha with oat milk? Did have my own oat milk latte that I made at home, but you know, 6 hours in the car, 5 hours, more like 5 hours in the car. Need a little extra juice.
616. There we go. My name is oat milk.
Thank you so much. Oh, that wasn't me. I wish I had my pup with me. He would have been very excited if he was with me, but have a good one. So one thing I thought that might be interesting is the gas mileage that I'm getting, kind of on the way down while I was towing, and then seeing what it was on the way up. So now that we've dropped off, we've reset. On the way down, I got, so my average miles per gallon was 16.6 on the way down, towing, and then we'll see what it is on the way back. So resetting that now. But first we gotta get lunch. All right, can I have a 10-piece of spicy nuggets?
What's gonna be the sauce with those?
You like a barbecue? Thank you.
Would you like cheese or anything?
Thank you. All right. Jumbo nuggets. Quick lunch, then we're on the road. You know, even when you're not towing and you just got a long drive day, sometimes accidents and traffic happen, and now I'm on side roads somewhere. Google Maps said go off the highway because there was an accident. So now I'm on the side roads of Indiana somewhere. But update on the gas mileage is that so far I'm at 25 miles per gallon and still not home. So obviously much better. It's not really a fair comparison, but I do find it interesting because when I am towing, I have the car in normal mode, and then when I'm not, I have it in eco mode. You're obviously going to have all sorts of differences, but that's about average of what we get with the RAV4. Although, if you watch this long, we'll give away, this is probably the last time, actually, well, picking up the Airstream is going to be the last time that we tow with this RAV4, so things to come, things to come. I could tell that there was traffic backed up for a long ways. They had 2 lanes closed on the highway there, so I'm glad that Google took me around. But whatever had happened, they had cleared. They were just getting ready to move the cones and open it back up. So Got a little over half hour left to get home, and then we wait for the call from Woodland to see how about the damages.
Thank you for calling Woodland Airstream of Indiana. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time. This is Shelly.
I know we had given approval for some parts to be ordered and work to be done on our Basecamp, but we hadn't talked about a timeline, and so I was just calling to see if that what that might look like.
Give me 1 second. Let me look and put you on hold real quick, do some investigating. I'll get right back to you because I know they ordered it. I'm not sure when we're expected to see it. So hold on, okay?
Okay.
All right, Aaron, are you there?
Yes.
All right, it doesn't look like Airstream has invoiced them yet, so it doesn't give me an ETA. Your unit is inside. We didn't put it outside to cause any more leakage or whatever, so it is inside.
Oh, cool.
To keep that protected.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
So, been a week or so since I dropped it off. They did some investigation and found additional cracks in the halo of the Airstream, that black strip that sits on the roof. And so they did recommend completely replacing it. It wasn't something that was going to be able to be sealed up as is. So they've placed the order, the main order for the part from Airstream headquarters, and they're just waiting on that. So hopefully we can get an update here soon on what that timeline is going to look like and when I can drive back down and pick it up. Just waiting on parts. So this is how it goes. I'm glad it's happening in January because we didn't have any trips planned. Like you heard, they have it inside, which is great, so there are no more additional damages happening. That's the update. Drum roll! It's been a month! And now I'm headed back down to Indianapolis to Woodland Airstream. It's going to be a nice little drive today. And just picking it up. I'm hoping to kind of get a good look at what they did, the work that they did to replace the full halo. And they said they had to replace something inside too. I think just that black kind of transition liner, almost like crown molding for the Airstream. I know that's not what it's called, but that's what it kind of serves as a function inside. I think they had to replace both, so we will see. But they had to wait on the part from Airstream, and that was really the delay here. The moment they got it, they had it on and like fully replaced and ready to go in like 48 hours. The month-long wait was more of waiting for the part from Airstream. There was a big winter storm, shipping delays, a couple other things. It's just kind of what I expected, so I'm glad that we're getting this done in the winter. We got the whole thing ready to go. Now I gotta go pick it up. I am getting close to, or I'm pulling kind of into Lafayette here, and I'm gonna get gas.
Yeah?
Have a little stretch break, maybe go grab a second coffee.
What does it say?
How long till I'm there?
Yeah.
36 minutes.
Oh. I think Chip wanted to go.
Oh, he does love the Airstream. Oh, gas break, snack break. More coffee break. We're getting close. I just want to be filled up, ready to go once we're hitched up. All right. Gassed up, snacked up. Find a little stretch. We're about 30 minutes out from Woodland Airstream. By the way, if I haven't mentioned, have been extremely helpful, communicative. They every time I kind of check in and say, hey, have we gotten the part, they were letting me know. They would call Airstream headquarters to see kind of what the status update of things were. Because it's a water leak issue and weather was obviously happening, they kept it inside. So they were thoughtful about that and really just I don't know. It's the going above and beyond that I like to experience. So, looking forward to going and pick it up, checking things out. Again, we're about 35 minutes out. There she is, New plastic all the way up, all the way around, new sealants. A good map. Fill in some new states this year. Bits and bobs there. Clean that up. My understanding is they did something in here. Maybe cleaned up some of that. But the hope is that all of this stays nice and sealed and dried. Wanted to tell you the price because this isn't necessarily the cheapest thing in the world. Unfortunately, this one cost us, I'm gonna call it $1,900. $1,899. So that includes the parts and the labor and a little bit of taxes, $45 taxes. So not bad there, but that's the cost of that. So something that we have to keep in mind and protect against in the future. I've ordered some stuff online to try and protect it, and hopefully we can get some sort of indoor storage or covering storage or something like that, because it just being out in the elements in the sun all year long means that that plastic's gonna crack. All right, I'm all hitched up. Carmen is fixed. We are hoping that this is not a problem for a while, that we've now sealed up, resealed, we got everything ready to go for the new season. But we'll obviously keep you updated if that's not the case for some reason. I asked a question about if this should be, like, is there a way to prevent this? And not really. Unfortunately, the nature of plastic being out in the sun, getting UV rays, that's just gonna be the case. I did order a bottle of 303 plastic kind of protectant. I'm gonna try and use that on like a monthly or bi-monthly basis because it is just out in the sun all the time. And hopefully we can change that in the future. But until next time, make sure and hit subscribe to find out where in the world Karma goes next.